Russia is a puzzle. Wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in a riddle, said Winston Churchill when he shared his view on Russia during the radio broadcast. Old legendary tales, abandoned cursed places, magical landscapes. All this make a mixture that Russia is today. Watch our video to the end to reveal more facts or disprove common mysteries surrounding Russia. Horrible monster of Vepsky Forest. The first mysterious place we're going to show you is Vepsky Forest. It's located between St. Petersburg and Murmansk, and it's one of the most sparsely populated territories in Russia. The swamps are stretching for thousands of kilometers. Here, in a strictly defined time of the year, from April to October, people can suddenly go mad for a certain period of time. Victims lost their minds for unknown reasons. They were found partially or completely naked. Clothes were folded in baskets for mushrooms or lying right on the ground. Who or what made them do it? Nobody knows. Local residents blame the evil forces for everything. Some believe that flying serpent living near the Vepsky swamps attacked people. Here's what one of the village residents says. This happened in the 1930s. Once Oleniev was walking through the forest with a dog. Suddenly, on the edge of the swamp, it barked angrily at the beast. Oleniev saw the black cock flew out of the grass and tried to bite the dog, which in fear rushed to the owner. The creature looked like a wood grouse with snake's tail. Oleniev took out the axe and beat the bird. The horrible creature fell down, the greenish liquid flowed from its mouth. But was it really the fault of the forest monster? The specialists have a scientific explanation. They believe that the reason for the strange behavior of people who went for berries and mushrooms could be the influence of certain poisonous substances that cause intense heat and mental confusion. Victims felt unbearable heat and thirsty. That's why they tore off their clothes. According to the expert, animals or plant toxins explain the seasonal nature of mushroom pickers' deaths. Although scientists couldn't find them in the corpses, the toxin could easily be inactivated during several days after death. It could be phyto or zootoxins. Plant, mushroom, snake. Mysterious Tunguska Event. Another great mystery humanity can't reveal till nowadays is Tunguska Event. On 30th of June 1908, in the Earth's atmosphere exploded a mysterious object, later called the Tunguska Event. A monstrous explosion thundered in the remote Siberian taiga. It pulled off and threw to the ground millions of ancient trees at distance of up to 45 kilometers from the explosion area. The sound of the explosion was heard at a distance of up to 1,200 kilometers from the area of the explosion. A concussion of the soil spread up to 1,000 kilometers. Windows of a huge amount of buildings were broken. The airwave and the infernal heat of the Tunguska explosion circled around the globe and was recorded by many weather stations in the world. Thousands of Krasnoyarsk territory residents observed the flight of a large and extraordinary bright fireball. A powerful light flash of the Tunguska explosion and the flow of hot gases caused an enormous forest fire, which completely devastated the taiga region. Almost the whole northern hemisphere could observe unique light phenomena called light summer nights in 1908. The clouds, formed at an altitude of about 80 kilometers, intensively reflected the sun's rays, thereby creating the effect of light nights. The huge territory couldn't fall asleep this night. The entire sky was shining so brightly that it was possible to read the newspaper at midnight without artificial lighting. This phenomenon lasted several nights. The Tunguska Event for many years turned the luxurious taiga into a dead forest graveyard. Scientists found out that the energy of the explosion amounted to 10 to 40 megatons of TNT equivalent, which equals the energy of 2,000 explosive nuclear bombs simultaneously dropped on Hiroshima in 1945. Whoa. Several years later, quick tree's growth confirmed the fact of radiation release. In 1927, the first explorer of the Tunguska catastrophe, Leonid Kulik, suggested that a large iron meteorite fell in central Siberia. In the same year, he examined the place of the event, but unfortunately, he couldn't find the meteorite. Scientists faced the main mystery of the Tunguska event. There was clearly a powerful explosion that pulled out the forest within a huge area, but the murderer did not leave any traces. There are more than 100 versions of what happened in the taiga. In addition to the version of the fall of the meteorite, there were hypotheses that the Tunguska explosion related to a giant ball lightning, a black hole entering the Earth, a natural gas explosion from a tectonic crack, a collision of the Earth with a massive antimatter, a laser signals from the developed alien civilization, or even an unsuccessful experiment by a physicist Nicola Tesla. One of the most exotic hypotheses is the crash of an alien spaceship. Well, that explains everything. However, a lot of scientists agreed that unknown object was a comet that completely evaporated at high altitude. Meanwhile, an employee of the Australian University Curtin Phil Bland cited two arguments questioning the connection of samples from the Tunguska event. According to the scientist, they have a suspiciously low concentration of iridium, which isn't typical for meteorites, and the peat where the samples were found is not dated by 1908. That means the stones found could have reached Earth sooner or later than the famous explosion. Perhaps we are lied and there wasn't a meteorite. So, what is that mysterious object? Caused a huge explosion, and where is it now? Nobody knows. However, until the truth is revealed, you can make your own theory, explaining everything. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to hear about other weird and mystical places in Russia, don't forget to watch our Crazy Russian Mysteries Part 2.